You know what? My heart screams one more. So why not? But first, gonna peek out the mic with some good old Mountain Dew. That just feels like the thing that's been missing. And oh, Freedom Fusion was not the 4th of July Mountain Dew I thought it was. This is the more white one. I thought this was Freedom Fusion was the more red one, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but having your mouth bursted with lemonade and peach, especially the latter, when you're expecting something a little more cherry, it's a little bit of a shock on the mouth. But besides the point, I'm glad that we're revisiting all the shenanigans of the good old days of Let's Playing. I don't know my good old days of Let's Playing, but this definitely feels more in the era of when people just didn't care about cohesion and you just ramble about whatever and it comes off entertaining. Oh, I did not realize Cheap Cheap Beach was, well, this late. I mean, I guess if we don't count the totally non-existent, well, I screwed up my sarcasm. My point was like, sure, I guess if you count Special Cup, this would be the second to last, not the actual last, but I don't know, for what's portrayed as the ultimate, and even if Special Cup wasn't secret, the penultimate course. For some reason I was thinking that this would be much earlier, that we would come across this much earlier, if only because it would be just like something that we see after the fact, like later on in like the second cup, for example. And yeah, here we are going for Cheap Cheap Beach this late into the adventure. I don't know, like I was still alluding to before, like I did stop the recording session. I ran into that expecting it to be a power-up. I totally forgot that's just Toad's quote-unquote item. It is kind of fun to ride around Mini, and it seems to be coming at 0 consequence, so whatever, I'm cool with it. Fit. Does that really just last until you get squished? Because if so, that's kind of brutal. I was about to say that it's been lasting pretty long for a negative consequence power-up that you don't even get a chance to use it. Bye, Yoshi! It was nice knowing ya. Yeah, like, I had the itch to record some more even after taking a bit of a break. I was about to... My initial plan was to just not record anymore in general and move on to the other things I want to do today, but like I said in the beginning of this random grab bag session, pardon me, I gotta take my hand off the soda and actually put it back onto the controller. There we go. Was I getting it? Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm starting to have recollection from random trivia that there's a rival system, but that might be my brain just coming up with excuses for why Koopa Troopa has been so persistent every single cup. Man, like, let the game have a chance to give me someone else to see all the time, why don't ya? I don't know, like, for Super Mario Kart standards, this course doesn't seem that bad. I wonder why I was on the top of that one particular YouTuber's, well, the opposite of that list of Mario Kart courses. You know what, is it too late for me to just give shouts? I want to, like, talk about specific names in general so bad, but there's a part of my soul that's like, maybe not. Maybe, like, you should separate the things that you enjoy from the content that the people are enjoying, quote unquote. But I don't know. You feel free to give me feedback, and if you don't mind me giving specific, talking about stories about watching particular YouTubers, and to, like, at least when it's relevant or on topic to whatever my tangential brain is going on at the moment. I don't know if my commentary is gonna be like this going forward. I'm just not trying. This is the result of me not trying and just saying whatever comes to the wind. Not trying. Constant struggle between the part of my brain that wants to keep things formal and cohesive, and the part that just wants to ramble about whatever the last thing that was on my brain is at a particular time. Feels like the worst of both worlds between a game and chill and an official video. I lost track of what to even call. Because all I know is that I just really needed to do something a bit more casual from my usual stuff for a long time now. And I'm just riding that high. And hopefully when I actually take these to the editing board, I still feel like, hey, I'm having fun. That alone's enough of a reason to upload this. Don't just can everything I've done today just because the commentary is complete and utter garbage. It may not actually be complete and utter garbage. It just feels that way as I'm recording at the moment. Really appreciating the Snow World. It's kind of a different vibe. The music is a different vibe from literally everything else that we've been listening to so far. I'm not sure if I like it, but I do appreciate. But I'll tolerate it just to enjoy the Snow World some more. You may be wondering, Checky K, it looks like you're having a complete miserable time trying to control the characters in this game. Why aren't you more frustrated? And I'm like, I don't know. This is kind of what I signed up for when I booted up Super Mario Kart for the SNES. I guess I just accepted my fate before I even started playing. So I'm just focusing that energy on appreciating everything else, like the music and the scenery, I suppose. Maybe there's just a part of my... Maybe subconsciously I'm just thinking that there's way worse things in the world to get miserable about, so I might as well just vibe. And if I stop getting in the state where I just want to vibe, then I just stop playing the video game. I know not every content creator has that luxury. I don't know. I have a little bit... if you can tell from the way I talk, I have a little bit of restraint. Hesitation with the word content. Maybe it's just too generalized, but it just feels worse than saying stuff. Just grouping... There's so many different forms of art. And I mean art in not exactly the fine art expression, but the more general term of just like casual expression or expression in general. I'm getting at something with this, but I gotta get that train of thought again. The point I guess I'm trying to get at is that it just feels like calling stuff content diminishes it some. It all started when I saw a Tumblr post posting it out ages ago, and it just stuck with me since then. Just like, why do we just call everything content when there's so many different expressive forms of art that we just throw under that label? Like art, expression through visual media, people just chilling on the couch and vibing with each other. Videos, streaming, art, even games. They all seem to be put into the general umbrella of quote-unquote content. And like, there's some days where I'm just like, this is not a war worth fighting, just call it content. But then there's other days of like, is it really okay just to group everything into just some generic term that we just consume like the capitalistic people we are? Man, I had to show a little bit of restraint from from going down a bit dark of a rabbit hole than I was intending there. it's taken me like over 13 years just to get 1,000 subscribers on the channel. You think I had a little more restraint, but at the same time, it's like if it took me this long to get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, then let's be real with ourselves. In terms of a career, YouTube's not going anywhere. But I'm kind of okay with that, especially with, like I mentioned in the past, of how I'm finally getting an opportunity to explore my other passions when the childhood careers that I actually had, and YouTube's just a fun little side thing I get to do when I want an excuse to play more video games than I normally get an opportunity to. You see, this is kind of what I mean by a subconscious flow. There's stuff I'm saying, but I can't remember what I'm saying long enough to actually formulate it into a meaningful, impactful statement or moral that you take away from it all. It's just me shooting the breeze and talking about whatever comes along the way, hoping that I don't end up regretting it all at the end of the day. And joy, we are back at Mario Circuit. I think I'm starting to see why people have such a beef with Mario Circuit now. Like, it'd be one thing if it's just at the beginning of the stage, but then it's at the end of the stage. And I feel like I talk about this every time we do a Mario Circuit, but if the game can be repetitive with a stage selection, then why can't I be repetitive with my commentary about the game's selection? I'll try to be a little above the game though. What else can we talk about? I would talk about the slipperiness and how not as bad as people crack it out to be. Like, I mean, on one hand it's bad, but on the other hand it's not as frustrating as people make it out to be. Oh man, I spent so long in that, when the whole point was, but I've already talked about that. And what does a dinosaur have to do to get in front of a turtle? It's a turtle, man! I should not be losing to a turtle. I'm freaking Yoshi, I'm like known for my speed, why am I losing to a turtle? There we go. Now if I can just... Oh, frick. You know, it would be cool if these character items came back in Super Mario Circuit. Oh, that's something I talk about. Like, for some reason, playing more and more of this game kind of just hyped me up to, like... Even though I was trying to wrap up video series and maybe even sunset the whole concept of less playing on this channel in general, to give myself more time for my game development dreams and aspirations, for some reason, playing Super Mario Kart is giving me the itch to play Mario Kart Super Circuit, the GBA game. When I had zero interest in ever actually playing the game until now. Like, it's a childhood classic as I mentioned before, but I didn't have any intent to actually do a full playthrough of it. And I highly doubt I'd be able to do a full playthrough of it. But I want to at least give unlocking the Retro Cups a chance, because it'd be so awesome to finally be able to experience this thing that I never could actually do in childhood, to the point that I didn't even know that it existed in childhood. That would be awesome, even if it's just more of this stuff, and even if the Retro Cups you unlock aren't exactly that amazing, because guess what? It's more Mario Super Circuit, at least from what I recall from the internet and video essays. I know I was only 50cc, but I'm still pretty impressed with myself. I was gonna say for getting first every time, but I just remembered that in the Star Cup I screwed up so bad I got second. But still, top 3 every single time. When the game controls like molasses, and the steering wheel is made out of butter. Now let's see, I'm gonna end off here, but first I want to see if I actually unlock the special cup. Because if I don't, then yeah, we are not worrying I might need to get first in Flower Cup, but I'm not replaying courses. For something I was just gonna do as a one-off video, the fact that I've gotten 3 videos out of this, because I just had the urge to see all the courses in action, that's good enough with me. In fact, let's go back to the game selection. If I recall, there might even be like a DX mode. Is there a way to sort that out? Mario Kart, for some reason... Oh yeah, SP is what I'm thinking of. Does this just have, like, everything unlocked already? Seems like it. No, still no Special Cup. What's wrong with me? Why do I have this memory of there being a Special Cup? No, we are not doing this again. So I guess that's really all there is for me to do with Mario Kart for now, because hypothetically I could play the other CCs, but do you really want to see more of the stages that I've already did when we have when I could just play other games in this wide variety that I've just completely ignored out of stubbornness? More so time. So, and I want to try out piloting too. You know what? While I have everything set up, why not? I had better things to do today, but why not?